Welcome to this video on a month of mindfulness, a short video series of monotangles in black and white with the emphasis on here and now with a pen. So today's tangle that I want to do is a lovely straight line tangle. We haven't had too many of those and I thought I better include some, because sometimes when you're wanting to just be calm and not get too complicated about things, a straight line is quite a nice idea. So for this one, I'm just going to draw a line, two lines that go across my tile. If you're working on a bigger section, then feel free to just do a line, two lines that go the length of the section. I'll just give it a border, I think, when I'm finished here. And this is a very simple tangle called Zigzag track by Thomas Padro. It's, as I say, it's such a simple tangle. It's great fun to do. So when I've got my two string lines, I'm going to add some triangles to it. So I will just pop in a triangle that heads in towards the other string line and back out again. Then I'm going to do the same thing again. And I have space, so I'm going to do the same thing again. Rotate your tile, and I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite string line, and I'm going to offset mine slightly. So where these two are here, instead of being exactly opposite, I'm going to draw them in between. And then I'll take my string lines and I'm going to join the triangles up, following that string line that I have as my guide. And then the next very simple line is just in the middle of these little triangles. I'm just going to draw a little line. It doesn't go down to reach my string, because then I'm going to draw two lines that come up from my string line up to the end of that line. So it's one line down and two lines up. I'll rotate round and do it the same with the other elements. And then I want to take one of these little tiny triangles that I've done, and I'm just going to fill it with drama. It's going to give a beautiful shadow to these little spaces that have been produced. When I rotate round, I'll notice that my shadow is now on the left-hand side. So I'm going to add drama shadow to my left-hand side again. So this would be a normal zigzag track, but I want to do a little bit of a coffered technique. So what I mean by that is I'm going to draw an aura line on the inside, just going around the shape that I've already got. If you haven't got space for this, because your triangles are closer together than mine, don't worry. You don't have to do this little enhancement, but sometimes just adding a little bit extra, a little enhancement, can be just what that tangle needs. So I am just auraing the inside line as I have. Those enhancement techniques are aura, perfs, rounding, sparkle, shading, and a dewdrop. Those are the original, traditional, as I like to call them, enhancement techniques. And now what I'm just going to do is every time I have a junction where the line changes direction, I'm just going to join my aura line onto my outside line. I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. Notice I'll rotate the tile to leave my drawing hand in the same spot. And now, as I said, we've got a little bit of space here. I'm just going to take this aura line and I'm just going to join it up around the circumference of my section. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you've got this tangle on a bigger section in a tile, that's absolutely fine. And once I've joined up all my loose ends, we can add some shading. So first of all, do you remember there was an original 2 string lines? So I want to just add a little bit more graphite just near my drama. And it just means that I can include my string line. So when I add my tortillon and blend it in, I'm just getting rid of that graphite string line a little bit by adding some more graphite in there. I'll do the same on both sides. And perhaps I want to add just a little bit of graphite on the inside of these white triangles next to my drama tangles, just to give them a little bit of depth too. And if you like, you can take one end of every time you had a line that joined the outside to the inside. I'm just going to add a little bit of graphite at that line and then pull it out in one direction only. Always remember that just adding a little bit of shading is like adding some varnish or some oil to that wood. It just brings out the grain. And then just because I have a little bit of space either side of my section, I'll often just put it in a little bit of graphite just to give myself a little decorative note. So if you're working on a section that doesn't necessarily suit the shape of the tangle that you're working with, it's always a lovely little extra to throw a bit of graphite in the background to get you back on track and fill your space. And then neatly add your chop and admire your little track. So whichever way your track went today, perhaps it was wide, or perhaps it had a lot of drama, or perhaps your track just went round in a little circle. Who knows? However, I hope that you've had fun today, and perhaps you've added a different aura technique to yours. Perhaps some aura, some drama, some perfs, some sparkle, and some shading. I hope you've had fun in this lovely little track today.